as flooding gets worse in China. Communist authorities sacrifice villages and then praise villagers for their sacrifice. Welcome to China Uncensored. I'm Chris Chappell. China is facing devastating floods. Last week, I told you that the Three Gorges Dam, the largest hydroelectric dam in the world, may be in danger of collapsing. Well, the dam is about to be tested because the third big flood of the year hits the Yangtze River.
In preparation for an upcoming flood peak, the Three Gorges Dam opened 7 spillways to release water, despite the fact that water levels downstream are already at emergency levels. Chinese authorities also started to break dikes in Jiangxi and Anhui provinces to divert the downstream floods, otherwise Wuhan would become an ocean city and its 11 million residents will be stuck in deep water.
Well, they'd certainly be stuck in deep something. Now, this is actually creating a lot of controversy in China. Some residents feel authorities are sacrificing smaller cities and villages.
Many people in the flood-hit regions, such as Jiangxi and Anhui provinces, have noticed that the authorities secretly discharge water from reservoirs or rivers at night to alleviate the threats to big cities. As a result, cars parked on the street get washed away and water floods the first-story homes within hours in the late evenings.
For example, the city Anshi in Hubei province. Flooding has damaged water treatment plants there, so residents were left without running water for 4 days. Don't worry, authorities found a solution.
On July 23rd, a fecal vacuum truck delivering water sparked discussions. Local residents said that they did not dare to drink the water sent by the rescue vehicles. They bought bottled water or found water sources by themselves.
Wise decision. But according to the Epoch Times, thousands of villagers were trapped as authorities chose to submerge villages to save major cities. In some cases, authorities gave them only a few hours to evacuate, so they only had a chance to take some clothing and a few valuables that were portable. Basically, along the Yangtze River, there are about 100 regions that authorities designated flood storage areas. They have a low elevation, so in the event of flooding, authorities can use these places to store excess floodwater. Except, people live there. A TV anchor from Anhui said, "Storing the floods means you need to open your door and let the flood enter your house." The homes of hundreds of thousands of Anhui people have been submerged. The anchor then praised Anhui people for saving the country by sacrificing their homes and property. The idea that villagers are sacrificing for the greater good is an idea that's been repeated in Chinese state-run media. Although they report much more on how Xi Jinping is calling for all-out efforts in flood control. I wonder if Xi Jinping has to open his door and let the flood enter his house. Now, it's difficult to get news like this out of China. Because these are not major cities, the main information comes from Chinese state-run media, which is why mainstream media often end up reporting on how many people have been evacuated or saved by the Chinese government. But not so much on the villagers being forced to sacrifice. And now is the time when I answer questions from you, my loyal 50-cent army, fans of the show who support what we do through the crowdfunding website Patreon. Logan asks, does being Han Chinese offer more protection from the CCP than being a minority? Interesting question, Logan. So yeah, you look at what's happening in places like Xinjiang, Tibet, Inner Mongolia, and what do you see? Ethnic cleansing and genocide. The Chinese Communist Party is not kind to ethnic minorities. But does that mean Han Chinese, the largest ethnicity in China, are safe? Well, not really. These floods are the perfect example. The Communist Party has no problem sacrificing its people because fundamentally it views people as cogs in a machine to serve the party. For example, this farmer in Anhui who was forced to nobly sacrifice his home.
水稻有没有被淹？我一直不好意思跟老乡们说，因为全网都在宣扬为安徽人点赞，安徽人舍小家保大家。但是对于我们农民来说，种着300亩田的水稻，真是倾其了所有，承包费 种子费、农药费、人工费，它就这样被淹在了水里。我们真的不知道该怎么面对接下来的生活。
So you see, everyone living under the Chinese Communist Party is at risk. The party is an equal opportunity oppressor. Thanks for your question, Logan. And for all of you watching, consider joining the China Uncensored 50 Cent Army. You'll have a chance to ask me questions on the show, and there are some other cool perks as well. Check out patreon.com/China Uncensored to learn more. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. See you next time.